Welcome to this week's edition of the Betting Weekly newsletter. Thank you so much for subscribing. It does really mean an awful lot. What are you going to get from this week's episode? Well, I'll tell you what. You're going to get Nigel Seeley giving you his best bet of the Rome Masters. And that's coming from a man who's been courtside for the last few days. So you're getting real inside intel on that one. We're over to Spain, into La Liga, for Rory Barlow, who takes a look at Real Madrid versus Mallorca. What Rory doesn't know about La Liga isn't worth knowing, so you're in safe hands there. And for me, well, I'm going to look at the FA Cup final, which is usually the last game of the English season, but not this year. Crystal Palace take on Manchester City at Wembley this Saturday. And let's look at the outright odds currently with Bet Rivers as we speak. It's plus 390 for Crystal Palace to win in 90 minutes in regular time. Plus 310 the tie. And Manchester City are minus 155 favourites. Of course, if this is a tie after 90 minutes, it does go into overtime. And then if it's still all square, we will have a penalty shootout. So there are odds to win the FA Cup outright. And you're looking at plus 200 for Crystal Palace, minus 250 for Manchester City. And of course, this is Manchester City's second successive season in the FA Cup final. Last season, they were minus 280 to beat Manchester United in regular time. And of course, lost that one 2-1. So another shock is not out of the question, especially after they struggled against Southampton at the weekend, despite having loads of possession. That ended 0-0, of course. And Palace, well, they're in superb form. They were brilliant in beating Aston Villa in the semi-final to get to this stage. 3-0 that ended up. And of course, these two sides met only last month as well. Palace roared into a 2-0 lead. They were sensational in the opening 20 minutes of that. And if it wasn't for a VAR decision, a toenail offside, they would have been 3-0 up. And that could have been game over. Instead, it woke Manchester City up and they ended up winning 5-2. So who's going to win it? For me, it's a little bit of a tough call. I do have a ticket already on Manchester City. I backed them a few weeks ago. So my head is saying City. It's that time of the year. They tend to win trophies, don't they? And they are trophyless so far this season. This is their only chance of some silverware. And Pep normally gets the job done. And of course, they do have a very good record against Crystal Palace. My heart actually says Crystal Palace. I would love to see them win it. I think that would be great for Oliver Glasner, who's done a good job there. And the likes of Eze, who are really great performers for Palace. And it could well be their last season within this group. So I'm actually going to swerve the outright market for this newsletter. And what I am going to go with is a player prop. And that player is Eberechi Eze. A sensational player. I've backed him a lot on the Premier League show. And I'm going to back him again here. Now he's plus 230 to score or assist. And I am shocked by that. There are 10 players priced shorter than him in that market. And I think that's just wrong. Yes, Erling Haaland is the favourite at minus 109. I make that about right. You've got Kevin De Bruyne at plus 143. But to have 10 players shorter, I think is just wrong. So I'm on board with him there. He's in great form. He scored both goals at the weekend against Tottenham. That was his 5th goal in his last 4 games, and he scored in all of those games as well. He's also been sensational in the FA Cup this season. He scored and assisted in the quarter-final win at Fulham, and he scored in the semi-final versus Aston Villa. And he's got 13 goals and 11 assists for Crystal Palace across this season in all competitions, and he's also on penalties as well. So I think that's a real good angle into this game for a player in brilliant form at a great price. 7 goals, 3 assists in his last 10 games, 1 goal involvement in his 7 of those 10 games as well. I'd love to hear your thoughts though, so drop your comments below this video to let me know and let us know what you think. Who's going to win the final? What's your best bet at the final? Let us know. It's great to hear from you as always. And remember, make sure that you are following us on our socials, on YouTube. Do subscribe to the channel. Make sure that you drop us a like, drop us a comment on the videos as well. We really appreciate hearing from you and your support on that. And also, don't forget to be following us on Instagram and on X. Instagram stories are great. Obviously, we've just had Nigel and Simon over at the tennis, so you get to go courtside, you get to the live action where they're watching whatever tournament happens to be going on at that point of time. So it's a great one if you're not on the Instagram channel as well. And don't forget, we're live every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 p.m. in the UK, generally talking about soccer now. And the reason for that is because we've got more live shows on other sports. Monday to Wednesday, we've got tennis live. That's 1 p.m. Eastern Time and 6 p.m. in the UK. Well, our new shows have just started as well. Hardball at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. in the UK, which features the baseball betting. And, of course, our Fast Break live at 3 p.m. and 8 p.m. in the UK, which is for our basketball bets. Don't forget as well, The Insider will be with you this Friday in your inbox as you're subscribed to this newsletter. So thanks once again. Have an amazing week, and let's hope we're cashing some tickets.